right?
I've read.
So meal timing.
Right. I one time read in a magazine that go to bed hungry. Like don't even eat at night. Like if it's past this hour.
Right. Go to bed hungry. Right.
Go to bed hungry. What are your thoughts on?
Remember, anything you read. So I'll go a little tangent about what you're saying. So you read something in the magazine saying like meal timing to lose weight, right?
It was like a weight loss.
So weight loss. So since human body is fairly complicated, nutrition can be difficult to explain in like a single article. Everything's contextual, right? When you read an article, it's based on the audience you're serving. Like the way I talk to trainers might be different than the way I talk to clients. It's going to be different. So when you read an article, they're supposed to give you information based on who's reading it. You know, so if you go to bed hungry, and you have a tendency to be full when you eat at night, you'll lose weight because you're eating less. So a lot of the time, when you hear something from an article or a book or anything, it's really just contextual, meaning that it depends on your situation. So if you go to bed hungry, like for example, I typically I have an aggressive diet where 2 days a week I don't eat for 18 to 24 hours. You know, and then I have an extremely large meal at night. This is my system, my program for me, not for you, right? That works for me because I'm not going to eat more than 1,200 calories in a single meal. Actually, that's not true. I won't eat more than 2,000 calories in a single meal, right? So that works for me, but it's not something that's good if you're stressed out, you don't sleep well, if you have problems with feeling agitated all day. So my point is like meal timing is always going to be based on compliance, meaning that how well are you able to adhere to eating a caloric deficit? Calories in, calories out. So if I tell you not to eat after 6, you might eat less calories. If I tell you you can only eat in a 5-hour window, you might eat less calories. If I tell you to if I tell you to become a vegetarian and a vegan, don't eat meat, you might eat less calories. If I tell you to cut carbs, eat nothing but fat and protein, you might eat less calories. You know, a lot of the diet books that you may read that get you to lose weight and you've been successful at because they successfully got you to follow something consistently for an extended period of time. That's usually the reason why they work. And also, you get excited about it. I mean, I jumped on the paleo bandwagon, and me and my wife cleaned out our, then we got really into paleo for like a year or two, and it was good, it was great, But was it that is it because all this gluten and all this bad bread was making me gain weight because of all the terrible stuff in it? Or was it because I was eating less calories? There's a good chance it's a little bit of both, right? Because when I eat bread, I overeat bread. When I eat bad food, I overeat bad food. So a lot of the time, it depends on your situation. So if you're going to bed hungry, you'll eat less, right? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that could work. No,
so should we not eat past a certain time?
It doesn't matter. The thing that matters the most with diet and nutrition, whether you're, having your upswings in diet, people say you have to eat more calories and you're having trouble losing weight. Everything long term, or short term even, is going to become caloric deficit, right? Now, I run the risk of oversimplifying weight loss too much because I've done this before. It's calories in, calories out, calories in, calories out. Yes, that is most of it, but it's more complicated than that, right? How you feel matters, how you sleep matters, how you exercise matters, how you feel matters. That's important. If you don't feel good, it's not good, Some people who go extreme diets can bite the bullet and suffer more than other people, right? Does that mean you should do that? Maybe for a short period of time, if you can somehow transition smoothly, right? If you, like I said, like the example of like sleeping late and waking up late and having all this, but then that affects my sleep the next day, you can spiral out of control. So when it comes to crash dieting or aggressive dieting, you have to be able to adjust. Like you were mentioning, just paranoid is a good word because I get that feeling too. So you have to ask yourself, am I gonna really gain 10 pounds of body fat if I eat this much food? Probably not. If I continue to do this over the next several days, will I gain body fat? Probably. Will I have trouble getting back on track with my diet if I continue to do this for multiple days in a row? Probably. If I do really bad this one day, even though I've done like A+ the last 5 days, it's gonna really affect my overall weight loss goal. I'll feel terrible, but it won't ruin me that much because it's Super Bowl Sunday or whatever, right? Or something like that, because Super Bowl's coming up, right? If you have Super Bowl parties, just plan for it. Starve yourself the day before so you can be free that really works. It's not. I'm just saying. It's again like see so again like I said, like what Pacino's saying too with diet advice and what you have in your book. It is very contextual. It depends on your situation, right? It depends on your situation. It's very contextual. For me to suggest not to eat for 18 to 24 hours, starve yourself the day before Super Bowl, that's not something you do on a regular basis. It's just something that you, it's just something that you, it's a tool that you use, right? Heavy squats, heavy deadlifts are a tool you use. You know, it's not something you do it's something you shouldn't do every training session. You know, you'll have problems. You know, and so that's the same thing with low carb. Having low carb, it's a tool that you use. Ultimately, like all of us here, we're looking for the best answer for our diet problem. And the problem is there is no best answer because our situation is extremely unique. And the thing that I have trouble with talking to clients is convincing them that you really have to learn yourself and that you have to know yourself. Now, like I have a client, she's having trouble getting motivated and she wants to do this rapid weight loss program, right? And she's had, what's that? Yeah, I have a client that I'm training. I trained earlier today, right? And she wants to do this rapid weight loss program. She lost like 37 pounds on it before. She's gained a lot of weight back, you know? So I can say to her, that's a bad idea. You'll gain the weight back. She's having trouble getting motivated. She's already kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. Why am I gonna tell her not to do it? You know? She's sort of kind of committed already. So I'm gonna help transition her. It's like, remember, we gotta transition off of that, you know? But I mean, like if you're motivated to do something, I mean, the best time to exercise is when you're motivated, you know? Like almost every single time, I do this all the time. When I'm not doing well with my own personal workouts and I don't have a shirt to work out, I will buy a shirt. It costs me 10, 20 bucks. I do that because I need to work out. I feel like working out. If I don't work out now, I'm not gonna work out. You know, so you just have to sort of know, and you know, if you all of us have busy lives, I mean, some of us to fit an hour in a day to exercise is a lot. And the fact that you're here, I mean, coming to the gym is like a 2-hour event. I don't even know how people work out at the gym. Seriously, if you like have a business and you have kids, how do you even go to the gym? You know what I mean? Seriously, right? It's tough.